Raconteur Society here once again to make you
That's what I'm saying.
We're missing
Dale's head here.
I'm like, what?
Oh, what happened? Anyway.
Just one hiccup.
He bumped it.
Wow. Anyway. And, of course, another reminder that Planet FunkCon is coming quicker than normal. It'll be here early. And I will drop a little hint. Planet FunkCon is allowing us to do a giveaway. And as soon as we're able to do that, we will let you know. So if you're interested in that, and I don't know what it's going to be yet, I can't tell you, but it'll be something really cool that has to do with Planet FunkCon. So make sure you check out Planet FunkCon at planetfunkcon.com. Big
so
River.
Yeah. You guys will notice tonight, Big River Steampunk Festival does T-shirts every year. Bobbi and Mike happen to be wearing the ones from a couple of years ago, and these are the ones that Bobbi designed. One of the scallywags who helps mainly really big with the festival, Littlebeard, did the design for last year. And I guess one of my designs is being chosen for this year. Yeah. So if they can do that, my artwork will be on the T-shirt this year. I'm so excited. That's so cool.
But anyway, yes, we're playing Deadlands Classic tonight, which is the...
Part of the book!
Wild West with meat, as it says on the back of the book, and it's being ran by Dale. So, Dale, if you would, please take it away and tell them what not to do.
Yeah. So this is Deadlands Classic. The newest edition that's been around for a while is Deadlands Reloaded. It uses the Savage Worlds rules. This is the old one. In this one, you use poker chips, cards, and all kinds of dice.
Toasters.
Some people consider it kind of crunchy, but we love it. It's very epic when you get into battles. Savage Worlds is fast, fun, and furious, and I love the Savage Worlds system. And I'm glad that Deadlands is still around, but we're doing the classic system. And the game we will be playing is a published game from years ago called Canyon of Doom. You got some guides with you to get you down through the Colorado River to where you're going. And you just started this journey. And when we last left off, you guys stopped before you get to some rapids. Because you can either go through them and align the boats around them, or you can just walk past. There is some places where you may not be able to walk past, but We'll
On
get
this
to that.
particular set of rapids, I think, didn't we have the conversation where they said that didn't look that bad?
They're not that bad.
Yeah. So we're going to just try to shoot them. If I'm
Yeah, I think you're going to try and shoot the rapids through this one.
Get a little experience.
Kind of see what you think.
We get a plus to hit or what?
Yeah, it's point blank.
they're not.
Actually, the
It's
rapids get a plus
misunderstood.
to
Poor
CQ.
vocabulary.
So
Great.
misunderstood. Poor vocabulary. So yeah, we're going to pick up there in the last session, which you can check out on our YouTube channel under
Good
playlist.
plug.
Yeah.
Plug. Good old-
Pow! If you follow the story, the last time we played, they bedded down in the Grand Canyon before the rapids, camped out, and some Indians from the Native Americans,
Navajo.
Deadlands. Yeah, the Navajo Native Americans, small scouting party came across them. And you guys actually invited them to the campfire, and they kind of come over, and you guys spent quite a while talking to them through Indian Sign Language and interpreters. Mike's like, I'm done. So yeah, when we last left off before the Indians, Native Americans arrived.
Get a little
Yes, my master.
Oh, he pushed the DM button again.
Oops. Rebooting. Anyway, if you guys wanted to take some lessons swimming, because it's like if you get dumped out of the boat, you're going to have to swim for it. So the guides had offered to teach everybody some swimming. Just like swimming class, you can kind of get the hang of it in an afternoon.
Okay,
You wanna
everybody.
Yeah.
Grab a partner.
Yeah. Here's your water wings.
Yeah.
So
Or 2 beavers.
you got a good long afternoon of you got a pretty good afternoon of lessons. So if you want to learn more about swimming, they'll give you another day where you can practice a little bit more, and then you can start putting points into it.
I only dog paddle.
Yeah, I own a dog paddle.
That's all you need.
So, all right. So the next morning comes. If you remember, the scouting party left that evening. So you guys all bedded down like normal. The next morning comes, and it's
When we were doing night swimming.
night swimming, skinny dipping.
Noodling.
You guys wake up, and it's already getting kind of hot. But yeah, you guys wake up, pack everything up in the boats, and kind of get ready for the day. The guides are pretty much explaining they're going to go up a little while, and here in about an hour or two, you're going to hit the first set of rapids, the Quagant Rapids, and they're not bad. So here's how the rapids work in this game. It has a rating of 5, right? Mm-hmm. So the target number is going to be 5. What I'm going to do is roll their boating, and it's going to be a secret roll. I'll know what they rolled. You won't, because you're going to be too busy rowing. So let's see. How can I describe this? Okay. Okay, I'll make a secret roll with your driving boat aptitude roll, and the target is the rating of the rapid. So they're going to need a target number of 5 or better.
We have some skill towards boating due to the fact that we were
No.
stole a boat or something.
No, that was a powered. It was a powered.
Yeah, that was a powered boat.
We also had a captain too.
Yeah.
Crap, we should have brought him.
So all heroes that happen to be in that boat and able to row make a strength check using the same target numbers. So you'll have to make a strength check, target number of 5.
I always forget where strength is.
Are we doing that now?
Not right now.
Right now.
We'll get to it. The strength check, if you make it, it adds +2 to the guide's final total.
Oh,
So
Those who don't, if
Adds
you
+2.
huh
You say it adds +2.
to like
Okay.
well, let's try it now. Let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. You are at the rapids. Fast forward. So the rapids is target number of 5. So I'm going to make a roll using.
are we all in one boat?
No, there's 3 separate boats. So we ought to decide who's in what boat.
I'm in the boat that's on land.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that one.
Yeah. So you guys are pretending to row. Let me get there. There we are.
row, row, make the boat go.
Okay, boat number 1, boat number 2, or boat number 3.
Oh, I love this game show.
Why don't we do this? We'll play it like gym class.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm sorry. 1, 2,
No.
3. I counted Anastasia, our emotional support gamer.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So Bo and Lillianne are in boat 1. Cobb and Olaf are in boat 2.
Copperhead.
We're dead.
Kelvin.
Copperhead and Kelvin are in boat 3. Sort of.
Actually, I
Thank
guess
you.
before we hit the rapids, I'll cast Smite.
Sure, if you want to.
Smite.
Yeah, I'm gonna smite those rapids.
It increases its strength.
How long does that last?
A minute. So that would be long enough.
Could be, depending. How about you two? What are your strengths, Lillianne and Bo?
3d6.
3d6.
Okay, so yeah, pretty evenly. Even if Copperhead hadn't gotten your boat, you're no better off. So okay, we'll leave it the same. So okay, these are the rapids. I'm gonna roll their boating skill to see just how they do. So you guys make your strength checks.
Yeah, so I bumped up 1 step.
Right. And don't forget this is a trait roll. You don't add them together. Take your highest die. So, who all made it?
Yes.
All right. So everybody made it. So they get their roll plus 4 for each of you.
Right.
These guys are good because they all rolled 13. So you get up, the target number is 5, and you're like, oh man, this looks, it's not rapids, but it's like, ooh, that's what rapids look like. And you guys basically just go whoop, right through, straight as an arrow. So that's the first rapids. And like I said, we're just going to there's a couple events that are going to happen, but we will kind of go through and explain it. So, let's see.
Have that goony bird come swooping down off the high ridge. Fire!
Sophie does tell you a little bit about
surprised at that,
a
too.
legend she heard just as you get past these rapids.
By the way, there's a giant monster up ahead. Just so you know.
They say those who shoot the first rapids die a horrible death
By
from
dysentery.
spider venom. I don't know what that means. No.
Well, we just had to stab it instead.
The Hopi Indians used to live in this canyon, but they've moved on. They're not around here anymore. They had a legend that
That's why you
the
see all
juncture of
these for sale signs.
Oh God.
And gentrified.
Yeah. The juncture between Little Colorado and the Colorado River, which is what you're coming up to right now. She's like, they had a legend that there was a portal here, and it was known as the Saipapu in Hopi legend. And apparently it was some portal that would take you other places. Kind of interesting. So everybody's like, ooh, that's really neat. And you notice around you are some ledges and cliffs. A couple little, they're not caves, they're more alcoves. Everybody make a cognition target number of 7.
With Keen.
Keen is allowed. If you have eagle eyes, I will allow that.
What does that do?
You get one or the other. But if you don't have keen, but you have eagle eyes, you see at distance better.
I have eagle eyes. So
Yeah, you can use that. So plus 2.
21.
I got 10.
10? Okay.
12.
12?
14.
14?
9.
Wow. Okay.
It's on the brochure.
We're all like rolling the car.
Yeah. As she's telling the story, you're all kind of looking around. And as you look around, you all kind of notice there's kind of an outcropping of rock, a large outcropping. It kind of forms a shallow alcove. But you notice the shadows under that alcove seem darker than the ones around it. Like, they all have shadows, but this one's almost like under that alcove, it's like pitch black.
It's a dark shadow.
So,
We should
Well,
definitely
I-
go over there.
I mentioned, well, I did Lillianne in my thing, but I recall our journey down to Mexico where we would find such places that those legends were true.
could be.
Could be you guys went into the hunting lands or whatever. Remember?
Yes.
Hunting
that's
grounds.
true,
Not in the
too.
same
I
boat.
forgot that on the train. Yes. Coyote.
We're all in our boats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kind of hollering at each other. It's
Yeah.
calm water, right?
Yeah, now you're past the rapids, so it's calmer water.
can
I
holler.
just used the intercom.
Oh, well, that's good.
Use the internet.
Your head's up there. And you'll see to your left the ancient portal of the Hopi.
Pulls out the steam-powered bullhorn.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, there it comes to attack us.
But yeah, you do notice
the
that
hippo.
shadow as you go by, and it's kind of like as she's talking about this portal, it's just kind of that that's odd. Maybe that's it, but you don't know.
I rolled a 6 on occult.
6 on occult. You know there are rumors of portals that take you to the hunting grounds. The second leg of the journey, you come across Cape Solitude, a promontory known as Cape Solitude. Steep cliffs called the Palisades of the Desert Tower, of the Desert Tower to the east, and small creeks and canyons join the Colorado from both east and west. These are those huge cliffs on one side that just go up, and they're all striated like the Badlands and stuff. And it's like, oh wow, that's really amazing. And it's right about noon when you hit there, so it's like really bright. You can see it, but even then, you notice some of these crags and striations and formations. The shadows are a little darker, not as dark as that one, but you also notice it's kind of like looking at the clouds, where if you look long enough, you can be like, oh, I see like a dog shape there, and look, there's a shape of a dead body. There's a shape of a skull.
There's one that says DQ.
Yeah, there's one that says
Dollar General, get it right.
Dollar General coming soon. Apply within. I don't know what that is. Yeah, some of the forms you see are kind of innocent, but there's a lot of them that are like kind of dark. You know, it's like, oh, that looks like a skull, or that looks like a gun, or that looks like a tomahawk, and it's like you don't see too many.
Looks like your mom.
You don't see too many elephants. You might see horses or wolves, things like that. Most of them have a little bit more of an ominous feel, you know.
Oh, look, there's 3 young men playing leapfrog. Wait a minute.
So yeah, basically you notice that in the walls of the canyons. Looks like the river flows southwest and then kind of goes around a corner and starts heading west. So as you follow that, he's like, all right.
Who?
The guide.
Dakota, the main one?
Yeah, Dakota. He's like, well, it looks like the Lava Canyon rapids are coming up. They're about the same as the last ones. You want to try and go through them again?
Sure, why not?
Keep
Okay.
working on the experience.
They're only a rating 5 according to my handbook, so we should be good.
What do you think, Professor?
He's like, well, the better time we can make, I say we do it. Especially if those men are still after this. I'm surprised they haven't caught up yet. Maybe they're
All right,
biding their
folks.
time.
Tighten your girdles. Here we go.
Target number 5.
Strength 3.
Oh,
And 11.
I got a raise.
got a raise too.
Raises don't really matter, just as long as you get a success.
But I got a 9, and I want to say I got a 9.
I got a
I got a
raise.
10.
And 11.
All right. So, boat 1. Did both rowers make it?
I didn't.
Yes.
Boat 1. So you guys made it?
All right.
Yep.
You're fine. Boat 2.
No, I drowned. No.
Okay.
I made mine.
You made yours, and you didn't. Okay. Yours is a little rough. Because you didn't make it, he's at -1 to a roll. So he's at 3 because he didn't roll very well. But because you have +2, it's at 5. So you made it. But it is a little like, whoa. You hit maybe a rock outcropping and just glanced off of it, and it kind of threw you sideways for a minute, and you got it back on track. You guys got it back on track, but you're like, whoa. And this is not a bad one. And the boat behind you, did you guys make it?
Yeah, I made it on 11.
You got to turn into the skid, Olaf.
Yeah. So basically, you guys all made it. You two had a little bit of a. Ooh, this
shit
is like
moment.
this is like Six Flags, like the log ride.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure
just
it's
a little
lot
bit
different
more
than log
worried
ride.
about
Quite a
the
bit
skid
different.
on my underwear.
Bit of an oh shit moment.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Got those skid marks.
Olaf, put the other end in.
I know how to use the oars.
Hey, you mean put it in the other end?
That's what, yes. Well, not. No, we're not there. We're not doing that sort of rowing.
Just make sure I'm sitting down when you do it.
as you guys get through Lava Canyon Rapids, Dakota shouts out to the groups, and the guides kind of pass on. He's like, "All right, not far, Tanner Canyon Rapids. After that's the Ungkar Creek Rapids, and they get harder as we go. Let us know if
How
you want
many
to
damn
stop.
rapids are there?
There's lots. It's the rapids. So you
Was
guys,
not on the brochure.
I dropped that. I don't
And we
remember
use
that.
that for toilet paper. Sorry.
I will tell you, Lava Canyon Rapids is another rating 5.
Go for
That's the
it.
next one, right?
That's the next one coming up.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Do it.
And it kind of slows down. He's like, we got about 15 minutes to Tanner Canyon Rapids. That's a rating of 7.
Take a break. What time of day is
What
it?
do you think, Professor? What do you
About
think?
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Break for
Too long
lunch
to
and
what
then
we've been
try it
doing.
after lunch.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
1.
About 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time to
If we've been
break.
paddling all morning
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
you guys
time to rest up.
and
kind of get the boats over the shore and take a
Kelvin's
break.
like, oh, come on.
And as you go over, you can hear like that echo of rapids
Yeah.
through the canyons.
Right.
And it's just like, I didn't hear that before.
Right.
But you also have 2 rapids coming up in succession. You just passed rapids, so that roaring, whooshing noise is kind of echoing. So you're like, it's not loud, but it is a little
a
loud.
little ominous.
All right. Well, the rapids still have to roll their intimidation to see if they make it or not.
The rapids roll their overall.
Yeah. So we have to.
Sophie's like, you know what? I'll take a turn at rowing on one of those boats. She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't offer before. And she looks at Copperhead because she's probably in you guys' boat. He's like, why? She's like, she has a 3d8 strength. She's like, sorry. Oh, I should have volunteered earlier. We're going that way, right? or are we gonna row either way?
Why don't you come over here and row in our boat?
The backs are going,
Yeah, she probably will offer to come over and take over for one of you guys.
probably Cobb.
Or if there's another set of oars, and Dakota's like, yeah, we got a couple extra oars in each
I
boat.
mean, we have 3d6.
We have oars on every boat.
She'll come out and help with you guys.
Yeah.
Haskins has a 3d6, so if anybody wants an extra hand, he might be able to do it.
Well, what about Dr. Bruce? Has he ever done rapids?
He's got a
before?
2d6 strength, and he's like, no, there's no real rapids in the outback. It's just water holes and koala pea petals.
Yeah, you take your didgeridoo and blow in the water and make
Foot in
bubbles.
the water and get bit off by a crocodile.
Yeah. So, Haskins will come over and give you guys a hand if you want it.
Who?
Haskins.
An extra roll.
He'll help you row.
Okay.
So you got an extra roll.
I'm gonna tell what's his name just to warn me before we come up to it, so I can cast smite again.
Good. Okay. So Sophie will join you guys. Haskins will join you guys, and you guys seem to be doing okay. So he's like, yeah, I think we're good. So as you guys kind of get over the shore,
Off and-
you guys pulled over. So if you want to take a break and have
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Lunch.
we already had.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
So as you guys are
Nice.
doing that, everybody roll cognition. Target number
Oh
of.
yeah, Lee's with us too.
Oh yeah, Lee is with you. I forgot. So he can help with the other boat.
I got a 10.
What am I doing? Cognition?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cognition. Target number of 9.
Ooh, I can only made it by 1.
13.
Okay.
With Keen.
Yes, Keen
16.
and Big Ears will help with this one. And you can kind of hear the rapids, but after a while, you swear you hear something else. Like,
Rap.
no, it's almost like a crane or like one of those whooping birds, like a whooping crane or something.
Whippoorwill?
It's sort of, but as you listen, you're like, that doesn't sound like a bird. You got to raise. You hear what sounds like actual laughter.
Oh.
Echoing. You can barely hear it over. Well, you can hear it over the rapids. But Copperhead and Lily, Sophie, Edgar, Dr. Bruce, they don't seem to hear it. But you notice these guys are kind of like, what does that sound? But you, it's like laughing. And it doesn't sound like one person laughing. It sounds like a couple different laughs.
Who's the lead?
Dakota?
Boatman? Dakota?
Dakota.
I kind of speak up, get his attention. Is like, do you, is that laughter? Can you hear that?
You kind of
Maine.
focus and you're like, yeah, it does sound like laughter. And it sounds like,
Multiple people laughing.
yeah.
Is that,
What in the hell is that then?
you hear stories or anything about the
Uh,
rapids?
Just the laughing rapids.
I won't. Well, no, roll your smarts. Target number 5.
All of us, or
It's on vacation.
Yeah, everybody can roll target number 5. And immediately you remember last night the Native Americans, when you were talking to them, they were talking about the little dark men, or the little
Little
laughing
night
men.
the little night men
Oh.
and the laughing men.
Laughing men, yeah.
And the laughing men they described were like
Bad.
bandits, outlaws.
Right.
They're white men, they think, or something, but they don't usually bother them. They don't bother each other, but they are in the canyons.
Shit.
So they are outlaws. So the laughing men must be.
Outlaw.
And you, with a 22, you do have a little experience with bounty hunting. Yeah, you've heard of the laughing men. It kind of, when you hear it, you're like, oh, yeah, it's an actual,
Those guys.
an actual gang who are wanted. It's kind of like if Copperhead gets any worse, he's going to join them. They're wanted in the north and south for like robbery, horse thieving, murder, all kinds of offenses.
This is the only place they can be.
So they came to the Grand Canyon to hide out. And they move around in the Grand Canyon, so they're never in one place too long. So if anybody comes looking for them. But the thing is, the Laughing Men number in like there are rumors that it's 50 plus in the gang now. So there are also rumors that it could be up to 100, but it's also rumored that it's just like 10 or 15 guys making up these stories. You are kind of inclined to think there's probably about 30 or 50 in here. Because they, if you're wanted, join up with the Laughing Men. If they don't kill you, they will take you in. So the laughing thing, there's rumors that the guy who's in charge of them has kind of like a mental disability that makes him laugh. Kind of like the Joker in the movie The Joker.
Oh, yeah. That,
Exactly what Simon said. I know who's
Caesar Romero.
Yeah, Caesar Romero.
Yeah.
So there's a rumor that that guy has that uncontrollable laugh and the other guys imitate it. But a lot of people think they just do it to freak people out. Because if you hear laughing, that means the laughing men are coming for you,
Right.
so to speak. But you do hear it for a while, maybe about 5 or 10 minutes, and then it kind of fades out and goes away. And it was echoing all over. It's not like you could be like, they're up on that ridge.
Like hyenas.
It's kind of echoing in the canyon, so you can't really pinpoint where they are. But you know they're near enough to hear, but probably farther away than it sounds.
It's probably too hard to get all the way to the top.
Yeah, you look up and it's like, unless you had a climbing of 3 or better,
Right.
if it's 3d6, it's going to be hard pressed. You need like a 3d8 or better in climbing to scale these in any quick fashion.
I might like to make a suggestion. The upcoming rapids.
Yeah?
We were thinking about maybe giving it a try, but I think we should keep our eyes, instead of dealing with the rapids, if we're in their territory, we need as many eyes out looking. Maybe we should line draw these.
Well, the thing about it, though,
Yeah.
is if we take the rapids, though, they're not going to be able to get to us. Might be able to shoot at us, but they won't be able to get to us.
But we won't be able to shoot back with very much.
Well,
we may not be shooting back if we're all drowning.
the
Well, I don't want to be in the boats.
the guides are like, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
hate to break it to you, but we're in the Grand Canyon. That is their turf. We don't know. They move throughout here. So, but if they've gone, they must not be after us. Because usually the laughing men, from what I understand, if they're laughing, they're probably coming for you. But maybe they just,
It could have been after somebody else, too.
or just moving around and just
Yeah.
making noise.
Well, I'm cautious,
Well-
stubborn, and self-righteous, so
Yeah.
I want to keep my eyes. I want to keep my feet planted on ground, and I want my eyes to be.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
I don't want to be on the water at all, but at least if we all going down the rapids in this strike, we'll be going down too fast for them to get a good aim at us.
now, do you got a
That,
rifle?
too.
Or do you have anything like that?
I have a
Lillian?
shotgun, a sawed-off shotgun, a pistol. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you need a rifle to shoot somebody that's fall off. of the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
Got
somebody
any
take
ability
it.
with it?
Haskins is like,
Paddling.
I think I agree with Cobb. We're going to be moving so fast to draw a bead on any of us is going to be near impossible. I don't think they're that good. I wouldn't imagine. They probably rely on numbers, it sounds like. I say we take our chances with the rapids and get through here as quick as we can.
And
If we slow down and walk the boats or carry the boats along, we're more of an easy target.
Well, I'm just saying, if we had one of us, I have a rifle. Olaf has a rifle. I mean, if one of us on one of these boats just has an eye out, a rifle ready.
That's what I was just going to suggest. Maybe
Somebody
we'll watch
rides
out for-
shotgun.
If
got enough
we're,
people to take over.
gonna shoot the rapids, we ain't gonna have time to be aiming.
I know, but if firing back, at least maybe something.
Copperhead's like,
Well, we got an extra person now on each boat.
That's what
rowing.
I'm saying. You got one extra.
Copperhead's like, well, I hate to say it, but I'm a pretty good shot. I can keep an eye out. Somebody give me a rifle. Copperhead will sit on the last boat.
Top of the
Oh, he's on boat 3.
3.
Yeah. So he'll be in the back of the boat, just kind of as you guys are going. He's going to be watching the sides of the canyons. Actually, it's just this side mainly, because that's the one where you heard it sounded like there's canyons, but these are taller.
Plus, it's the
He's like,
best.
I'll watch
because-
both, but I'll focus over here.
Well,
But there's also
Oh, and Lee will be in your boat too. Then he'll take over for Copperhead.
Yep.
So and he's got a 3d8 strength from martial arts. So
all right.
okay, so let's shoot these rapids.
Okay.
I'm putting my duster back on though.
So boat number 1,
Put the
Sophie is with you guys. Okay, she made it,
Oh, that's good.
and Haskins is with you guys. Ooh. He ate his Wheaties at lunch.
All right.
Good. And then Lee is in boat number 3. You got a raise?
Yeah.
They don't count, but basically everybody made it through the rapids.
We're,
Boat 3 starts to pass boat 2.
So you guys get through the Tanner Canyon rapids pretty
ours
easily.
made it too, even though we failed.
Yeah, because Sophie made hers. So that's minus
Goodness.
1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 1. She adds plus 2, and he rolled a 5. So you got a 7, so you made it. You guys, you two made it, didn't
Yeah.
you? And Haskins did 2, so that's plus 3, and he rolled a 6. So you're straight through. The third boat, he rolled a 7, and then you rolled, and
13.
Lee rolled, and he got an 11. So yeah, basically the third boat's like, you guys are like, whoa, woo, this is kind of fun. And you guys are like,
Yep.
like a motorboat. You don't pass anybody, but you get through it pretty safe, which is weird because Copperhead's just like, keep it up, boys. That's nice. But he never sees anything, and you don't have any shots fired at you. So after the rapids, he kind of lowers the gun. He's like, I don't know if they're there. They're up there. If they would have taken a shot, they would have done it then.
Well,
So
we got another rapid to go. You never know. If they moved off. They might have went.
Ungkar Creek Rapids is next. Target number 9.
That one, I think we were going to walk.
Yeah, that's fine. Haskins like, this has been fun, but I don't want to press our luck today.
Who said that, Sophie?
Haskins,
Haskins.
I don't want to press our luck today.
How late in the evening is it?
It's probably about
I mean, do
after lunch, going through these rapids, probably like 3:30, 4 in the
we
afternoon.
got enough time to go through them.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
can. You'll get enough time to get past the
Line,
rapids,
line this one.
Yeah.
or you can carry the boat and carry all the stuff, but that'll really slow you down. But you can line them.
Well, I think we had agreed to
Yeah.
line them.
Okay, so you guys get up to the next rapids, and those last ones were like, your classic.
Yeah.
These, it's like, are those waterfalls? Yeah. The Ungkar Creek rapids, and you guys line the boat, and it is kind of like as you're doing that, you feel the boat's like, woo, going, but they have enough weight in them, they're going to keep them there.
Right.
But it is like, I'm kind of glad we bypassed this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes you, like normally when you shoot the rapids, it takes like 15 minutes to get through the rapids. This one, it takes about an hour to walk past them. So, I mean, shooting the rapids, it's going to go a lot quicker, but this one, it's like, woo. But eventually you get to the other side of the rapids, and there's a nice place to kind of bed down for the night. You can go a little ways up, but then it's like, So if you guys want to stay here for the night, you're
Pretty much
I
what the
think that'd be
gods
fine.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guides are like, well, this might be a good place to bed down. We've had a rough day of shooting the rapids and doing a lot of hard labor, so why don't we take a break here and just rest the rest of the night?
I'm going to ask the guides, what are the next rapids coming up?
Let's see. We got the Grapevine Rapids, which aren't too bad. They're 5. And Crystal Rapids, which are 7. The Serpentine Rapids are 7. They're not as bad, but there's a lot of twists and turns. And then the Walthberg Rapids, they're 5. And it looks like the last one is the Fossil Rapids. They're only a 5. They're not too bad.
So we could feasibly get to the rest of these rapids tomorrow then.
Tomorrow or the next day. They're not real successive like these.
Oh, all right.
So we might take 2 days to get through them. But
All right. I'm just trying to get an idea how much traveling we got to do there.
Bit of river in between.
Any dangers in between here and then that you know of?
there's all dangers in the Grand.
Well, what did they talk about these little mole people? The Mola or so.
Oh, those little nightmen they were
Yeah,
talking
the
about?
nightmen. Yeah.
What the heck?
Obviously, you heard that.
The molars? You mean the teeth people?
Yeah.
They're dentists. It's a convention. No, he says, well, we heard tell of them from Indian stories, but I've never seen one. I don't know what they're talking about. But
Well, they said a bunch of caves or something. Is that down further? Or what?
A little further, yeah. There's a lot of caves down by where you're going, but there's
But
some
not
little-
necessarily where the rapids is.
not too much. I mean, a little bit from the erosion, but they're more alcoves than caves.
All right. All right.
So that night, or that afternoon, or late evening, you guys kind of get over to the shore and kind of get ready to bed down for the night. You do see some of those big rock outcroppings and stuff like that. As you guys start bedding down, it starts to get dusk and the sun's setting. Everybody roll cognition. Target number of 9.
That's what I said.
Yep.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
19.
Okay. No.
13, actually.
Okay. As you guys are bedding down, you guys look up. There's one of those outcroppings of rock that it looks like a kind of a ledge that kind of Nightmare Before Christmas kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of goes out over the river. And as you look up, the sun's setting,
There's a
and
coyote sitting on top.
yeah, there's
No
a coyote.
coyotes, please.
No, there's looks like there's a rock hanging underneath. And as you look, it moves. Kind of moves about a foot from where you are.
One of them damn bats.
Devil bats.
A spider?
Well, don't know.
Or a rock that moves.
Eagle eyes, would that add to the roll?
Plus 2.
Yeah. Okay, so it'd been 13.
Okay. Enough for a raise. So you see something, you kind of make it out. It looks like a rock, but
But it moves.
it moved.
I take aim on it.
Okay.
Why don't we just let leave be?
I'm just making sure it don't come down.
Well, if you fire off a gun,
I'm not going to fire it. I'm just aiming at it, just in
Okay,
case it
all
decides to attack us.
Dakota's like, hey, wait a minute. Where is that? And he-
how far away is it?
Oh, probably about 30 yards.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I got something. Here. Who's got the best eyesight here? Mine ain't what it used to be.
I think I do so.
All right, here, take that. And he hands you a telescope.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I knew I had one of those somewhere. I always
Roll
forget
again or
that
not?
thing. Huh?
Roll again or not?
Yes, roll again. And this time your target number is 5.
20.
20. Okay.
That's with eagle eye.
Okay. As you look, you kind of focus in. You're like, what the?
It's your mom.
Yeah. You see something that, let's see what the, blah, blah, blah. Roll your guts target number of 7, please.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
That's target number 7. Need D8s.
Looking at things, man, was not meant to look at because you're going to go blind.
Well,
Whether or not he gets eye bleach.
Now, in my defense, I did bathe earlier.
Actually, that's what I was gonna go do is kind
Wash
of
up.
bathe in the river.
All sister back. It's the only gentleman thing to
Those
do.
were, that's an 8.
Yeah. That's the second 8, though.
Oh, really? 8. 8.
I'm at the 4 8s so far. Pretty sure I beat
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
Yeah, you got it.
See this thing up in the corner?
Yeah.
Can you see that at home?
A little closer.
Big tick-looking thing.
Yeah, right up here.
A wall crawler. Oh, it's Spider-Man.
Yep. But this one, see how this is covered in like spikes? This one's more like sharp rocks. It's got a different kind of hide. This is a wall crawler. They usually live in stuff areas like that. Canyons, but the Grand Canyon.
Bob!
They're called canyon crawlers because their natural camouflage looks like rocks instead of spikes.
And the Navajo brought them up too.
Yes, you do remember the Navajo talking about canyon
And
crawlers.
I'll say that, too. Remember those... remember those things that the Navajo talking about?
Splish, splish.
The canyon crawlers? There's
No.
one right up there.
I'm out of the river.
These things, and as you're looking, you're kind of like, is there anything else on this ledge? And about 8 feet going down the ledge, there's another one. And when you put your telescope on it, it's looking at you.
Oh, shit.
You can see the eyes.
It's looking at me.
Yeah.
Ray.
Right. And it's looking at you.
Rock lobster.
Rock lobster. So yeah, that one's looking at you
It's real mean.
Oh,
and
great.
just stares
Yeah.
at you.
I will lower the periscope or whatever, telescope.
Wall crawl, excuse me. I'm trying
I think we best prepare ourselves. There's 2 of them up there, and one of them is looking around.
They don't move. They don't seem to move.
I know.
You
Just
watch them for like till sunset, they don't move. But if you look at them again, you can kind of see they're tricky because when you look at them, they're looking at you and immediately close their eyes. So it looks like a rock.
right.
You can see the eyes because they're kind of this yellowish orange.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yep, blink, blink. They go instant camouflage.
Right.
But you know they're there.
Right.
They might move around at night. We better have a double watch up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Good idea.
I'll take the first one.
Well, I gotta dry off, so I'll take the first one as well.
I got your back. I got your back.
Figure out how to map this telescope to this rifle.
I'm wearing underwear.
I got your back.
Ah,
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Who wants to take second watch?
I'll take second.
Okay.
I work on third.
Okay.
Fine, I'll be up with you.
Okay. And then Copperhead will
Maybe
up with him.
the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of us.
Actually, Lee offers to stay up with you two if you want.
That's fine.
Because if it's going to be the middle of the night, that's probably where they're going to be active. So he'll
I
stay up.
suggest maybe Mr. Lee.
Okay. So, sunset goes.
I wish we had that.
Haskins
duck
is like, should we start a campfire? And Dakota's like, I don't think it's going to matter one way or the other. Might be a good idea. In case they come down here, we can see them coming. Maybe.
Might scare him off.
Now don't forget,
Probably leave it on
fellas,
the
we
way
have
out.
those goggles.
Yeah, you do have the
Time for a nice
infrared
Broncos
goggles.
cookout for dinner. Yes.
So,
Well, yeah, but we best wear them goggles.
Well, I guess I'll
Oh,
wear
yeah, the
those
night
goggles.
goggles. I forgot we had those.
yeah.
Hey, look at
I don't
that
know why we
campfire.
have to sound
Look at that
like this.
campfire.
That is one thing I'll do when I'm on my first watch is I'll put on the night goggles, but then try to use the telescope with them and see if it works or not.
It's like way out here.
Yeah. It's very blurry
Yeah.
because they work on a mirror thing.
Right.
So it's kind of like looking through the glass. It's just right there. You're not actually able to see through. So it's very blurry. So it
I
doesn't
could
work.
have an idea for some inventor to put night goggles into a telescope and mount it to a gun.
Hey,
Who's up with me?
Lily.
I am.
Oh,
'Cause I had to
great.
drive off, or I had to dry out anyway.
Sophie will probably stay up with the first watch too.
I'll have a conversation with both of them.
So the first watch actually goes pretty quiet. Every once in a while when you look up, toward the end of the first watch, you kind of glance over and you notice they've moved about 6 feet this way. They're still on the ledge, but they're kind of moving. And right about when time you guys wake these up, you look over. One of them is gone. You don't see it.
It's just like they're all over there.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah.
I report that to the new shift.
Okay, so you guys wake Cobb and Bo and Lee up.
Yeah.
They're all like, So one of them's gone. They moved down farther down the ledge.
Well, it's not foreboding at all. Where's that coffee?
Oh, right here.
Anyway, you guys take second watch. So,
I leave the telescope,
okay.
and then I got the night vision goggles.
Yeah.
I'll keep mine with me just in case.
Yeah. And just remember, don't turn around and look at the campfire with them on. You'll go blind for a while.
What? Guys! Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys wake up, you three, and kind of move out to the edge of the campfire and kind of sit there.
Just scan.
Yep.
Watch
just
a
keep
while.
watching.
Telescope.
You kind of look up at the telescope after about 15 minutes, and you see that one, like, move down below some rocks. I mean, in the distance, and these are in the middle. You see it. I mean, it's fast. It's like as fast as a horse
Oh, man.
when it comes downhill. So you don't know how fast these are on ground, but coming down, it's almost like it's sliding and running at the same time. So they're going to be pretty quick, maybe.
Oh dear.
So after about an hour or two,
Well, I'll mention it. It came down real fast, and that thing can move. So if it's going to come at us, it's going to come fast, gentlemen.
Well, I'm gonna shift to be so I'm on the opposite side of the fire,
yeah.
and I'll have my double barrel shotgun out and my other shotgun strapped to my shoulder. So.
Okay, so you take the goggles off and you're looking
Yeah,
across the fire.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look across the fire.
You notice Lee is kind of like, let's see if I can get a better vantage point. And he kind of looks around. There's some rocks there. He does that monkey goes to the mountain, where he kind of like does the jump, lands up on the top of an outcropping.
yeah, okay.
And he kind of like looks, and you see him watching.
Creepy.
Yeah. So after about 30 minutes, you see Lee up on the rock, kind of looks over at you, gets your attention.
Yeah.
It's like pointing ahead.
Do I see that?
Yeah.
I move over to whoever's closest to me.
Probably who's awake or just whoever's closer.
No, whoever's sleeping. That's closest.
It's probably be Copperhead.
I go over and I
Stick a finger up his
Yeah.
nose. Hey, boogie boogie.
He kind of jerks awake real quick. Something coming.
I nod.
All right, he starts getting up out of bed, and he probably reaches
You
over.
hear in your
Oh yeah, go ahead.
ear like somebody saying, "Wake up, wake up!" I cast whisper,
Okay.
which is basically
that waking
talking
up?
Yeah.
in your ear.
So you hear that?
I wake up.
Yeah.
Roll his vigor
Yeah.
or whatever.
Huh?
Don't have to roll his vigor or whatever.
No, they're actually waking you up. In fact,
Yeah, I cast whisper, so it's me talking right in his
Right.
ear, like I just had a conversation.
and Copperhead
Wake up.
leans over and probably grabs you guys' boots, kind of shakes them. So you're
Oh,
you're
you're
both
knocking
awake.
boots.
He's like, "You ready?"
Yeah, I had my shotgun out just.
Yeah, I had the rifle laying across me, so I'm just like, ugh.
Probably Sophie and Haskins kind of like, what? And Dr. Bruce kind of gets up.
I'm gonna take position where my back. Okay, so we're in a canyon, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my back against the canyon wall
Okay.
and kind of get in a kneeling shooting position
Okay.
with the rifle.
And I cast bodyguard.
Yeah, you can cast bodyguard. You notice when Dr. Bruce wakes up, he kind of like pulls something out of his pocket, and it's like a little It's almost like a little piece of wood. It's hollow, holes poked in it, tied to a string. He kind of stands back. He just it's doing
Horror.
that for a minute,
yeah.
and he's kind of saying something to himself. And he grabs it, puts it away. He's like, "All right." Grabs his didgeridoo because it's that hardened wood, so it's his staff.
Cards. So what'd you roll?
I rolled a 7.
I got a 13.
A 7.
I got 7.
I got 20.
Me and Cobb suck at this.
I got a 1 and a 2, and I got a -1, so I botched.
Oh, no.
I get nothing this turn around.
All right, so
we were all just woken up.
all just woken up. You're pretty much ready. You're aiming at this kind of path, kind of comes around from the shore, and there's rocky
I'm
outcroppings.
looking up.
There's nothing above you.
I know, but I'm kind of doing the.
Oh, okay. All right. Aces.
Yes.
Well, okay. Ace of Spades. I'm just treating all the NPCs as one group, so they're all going to put this up their sleeve. Ace of Hearts.
Yes.
Hey, and here's where the DM tries to decide how he's going to murder us.
No, this is the NPCs again.
What the hell?
Yeah. Don't worry.
They had coffee. They're like, coffee.
Yeah, not much left.
Hey, we don't want to come down there and have some of that coffee.
That's how they talk. Hey, you think they let us have some of that coffee, Joey? That's how the Rockridges think.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
They're just going to discard that because there's nothing they can do. They've already got
Not
one.
traveling or anything.
No, they're all just standing there waiting for these things to show
Oh,
up.
the people NPCs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not the rock monsters that are coming to you.
And they're like,
The rock
oh,
lobster.
oh, I think they know who we're here. What do you think we should do?
We should knock.
You think we should knock? We should build a door. They got some
Ace of
lumber.
Hearts.
Yes.
Some of us, our knees are already knocking.
I was just gonna.
There's nothing to aim at, but you can put it up your sleeve. So if they come around the corner, you can interrupt them and shoot them first, maybe. That kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
sleeve,
I
yeah.
was like just gonna aim in that direction and put my
Yeah.
goggles on, but
Yeah, there's nothing to aim, but you can put it up your sleeve.
all right, it's up my sleeve.
All right. Kings. Queens. Okay, what do you do?
Up my sleeve
Okay.
on one and keep looking around with the other.
Okay. Make a cognition check.
Yes.
Okay. You barely hear some movement coming from around the corner. And it's like, did I hear something?
I aim that way.
Basically, they rolled a 19 on their sneak, so you heard it, but it wasn't by much. So you're like, I think I heard
I'm
something.
going to take aim that direction.
Okay. There's nothing to aim at, so,
I know. But I'm just aiming in that
Yeah.
general direction.
well, that's a given.
You
Yeah.
put it up your sleeve.
I did.
I heard something.
2 queens.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jacks? Jack of
Diamonds.
spades.
Okay.
Around the corner,
Ta-da!
Yeah.
doing the
Hello, my lady. Hello, my darling.
Oh, you see coming around the corner these two things. They're about human size, maybe a little bigger, because they're size of 10, and it's mainly because they're just bulk. Coming around the corner, and it's like that freaky. Their bodies are low to the ground, but their legs are doing this, kind of scurrying around the corner, and they're quiet. For as big as they are, they're not making a lot of sound. Coming into the campfire light, the low campfire light, are these two things. And they're like I showed you, but more rocky. And they're big. And as they come around the corner, they've got the big mandibles. But they look like they're made of rock. Almost like stone arrowheads clacking together. Their yellow eyes are kind of almost glowing as they come around the corner. And they just kind of scurry into sight. And it looks like they're coming at you. Just so you know, their pace is 10. So the way these things are, they're on the ground. They're still fast, but they're not as fast. When they're going downhill, they pick up speed.
Right.
So if they're coming down the hill to get you, they're coming quick. But on the
That's
ground,
because they're rolling down the hill, right?
Yeah.
well, they're almost sliding and using their claws to dig in. So, but as they come around the corner, they are moving quick, but it's not awfully quick. So they come into sight.
Shoot.
Yep. Everybody who's attacking, go ahead and make your attack rolls. Let's see. I'm just gonna make this an exciting fight.
All right, now, if you're ready. No, that wasn't the plan. Get the butter off the stove,
16.
off the campfire.
Get the
16?
butter.
Yeah, a big thing of butter. We're gonna dip it.
Is that your attack roll?
Wow.
Little off.
Okay,
Shooting
so
roll.
you hit location.
Somewhere in the Grand Canyon. Duh.
Well, there's no signal down in the valley.
4.
4 legs. And your damage is going to be 1 die type less. They have 1 armor.
So it goes from a 10 to a
8.
8. I'm using armor-piercing bullets.
The ghost rock one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the ghost rock ones?
Yeah.
So it's normal.
Okay.
Okay.
41 damage.
41 damage. Okay, you blow one of the legs off.
Yeah, you do.
And
Come to the
it,
hand cannon.
you notice it doesn't make a sound. Like it doesn't scream, it doesn't screech. The leg just blows off and you see it like the only thing you hear are those stone mandibles like clack together real fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Weird.
So,
And then I shoot.
what do you got again? Okay.
I do have quick draw and all that stuff that could, I guess, go for my. Oops.
You have to reload it.
Is this the sharp?
He's got the hand cannon now. He's pulling out. Are you pulling out something else?
I don't know. Is the Shark's Big 50 it's not an automatic or anything.
That's a single shot.
Yeah. So you have to this card. You'll have to reload.
Or pull and shoot with something else, right? Is that a quick draw?
If you want to quick draw a different weapon, yes.
I'll do that.
Okay.
The 9 is my highest one.
Okay, that'll hit. Location.
What'd you pull out?
2.
Another leg.
So this would be the Peacemakers.
So ghost rock bullets for those.
Yep.
Okay.
Everything I have has Ghost Rock on it.
I hope you never catch fire.
I'm an explosives guy too, so yay!
We're going out with a bang someday.
Boo.
22.
Okay.
$22 in the 2. 222.
I love you.
Okay. So you take a small chunk out of another leg. That doesn't do much. Doesn't do much else.
Okay.
Because they have a size of 10. So, which is 22. That's only 2 wounds.
Yep.
The 40 was 4 wounds, but it was in the underbelly. So, or in the other leg, and it
Other leg.
blew it
Blew it
pretty
off.
much
Blew his leg off.
useless. All right. Sophie and Dr. Haskins kind of shoot at him. Just kind of ping, ping. You notice Lee takes the 4 arrows and fires them, and they bounce off its hide. And he's just like, oh, whoops. Copperhead does shoot one in the chest, and actually both bullets managed to get through the arm. 4. So he did 2 wounds to its guts. But they're still coming. 10s. 9s. 8s. Okay.
Reloading the Big 50.
Okay.
The hate bull.
Let's see. One of them is going to go up and try and bite at Lee because he's kind of up front.
He was on an outcropping.
He came
Came back
down.
down? Oh,
He
okay.
came back down.
I haven't used it yet, though.
Basically, this comes right at him and snaps at his leg, and you see him actually almost jump backwards about 2 feet and kind of do the superhero landing and slide backwards, like right out of the way.
Nice.
He's got a pretty high dex, so he just like dodged it and just. Woo.
Shoot.
So, that was 8s, 7s, 6s.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
wait,
No,
wait, I got 7.
we got 7.
Oh, okay. 7.
You're doing such good storytelling, they're not paying attention to the cards anymore.
No, they're just bored.
was Dennis at cookies?
7 hearts.
7 of.
Diamonds.
Okay, so Cobb.
Nah.
Yeah.
Is they're both up? Are they both still up?
They're both up.
Okay.
One pretty good shot to the guts, or fairly decent shot to the guts. And the other one's kind of, one leg is missing and the other one is wounded.
Okay. Do I got a clear shot with if I use the scatter gun on it?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. I'll go ahead and use both barrels
Okay.
on that one.
Okay. The one with the missing leg or
Whatever one I got a clear shot at.
either one.
Okay. The one with the bad leg, I guess.
Okay.
What's difficulty?
5.
5. Okay. So yes on one barrel. Yes on the other barrel.
Okay. So they both hit. Location?
2 locations, right? Or just one?
Just one because it's double barrel.
Okay. Ooh, 9.
What'd you roll
9.
for your attack?
Yeah, I didn't get a raise though.
Oh, okay. So guts.
By 1 point, I missed it by 1 point.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage. 1 to 10 yards is 5d6.
Okay.
So yeah, So it's actually 5d4 because of the armor.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, Copperhead rolled a couple 4s, so that's not bad.
I just can't pick them up. Ooh. 3. So that's 11.
Those darn four-siders.
So 15 on the first one.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay, so 8, 12, 15. 16, 17, 18, 22.
There's more. Hold on.
23.
Ooh. Okay. So you put 3 wounds into its guts,
Okay.
and it kind of falls over on one side, but immediately tries to get up, but it kind of flounders for a second because that missing leg.
Okay.
It kind of rights itself, but it's got a pretty good sized chunk out of its side here, so you hurt it pretty bad.
What color's the blood? Is it red? Green? Purple?
Pepto-Bismol pink.
Yeah. No, it's probably like a
Lava red.
dark green.
Well,
So if you want to use your shotgun or scatter gun,
then on the one that he
okay,
shot at,
go ahead and roll.
you'll have to help me with that.
You got the pistol one, or do you got a double barrel one? Or?
I have a sawed off, and I have a regular shotgun, but I'm doing my sawed off. Sorry, sawed off.
The
You're
scatter.
gonna get both barrels then, or?
Yes.
Yeah. So roll twice.
I don't think I ever did that before.
No, you usually fire one at a time. But
Oh.
if you want to unload both barrels, roll 2 different shoot
Okay.
rolls.
Yes, I would like to do that.
So first shoot and roll. Target number is 5.
Oh.
She's popping.
22. 22.
Okay. Well, that hit.
Yeah, got some raises.
Okay.
And again.
Yep. Another
Or
one
do I
for
roll
the
it?
other barrel.
Okay. Probably suck at this one. 7.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Still hit. So roll 1 location. Yep.
2.
Ooh. Not enough. But you can put it in the guts.
14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So roll
Do it
again.
again.
The
Oh,
other
the
barrel.
other
The other
barrel.
barrel.
Barrels.
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Trying to pick up your force.
D4s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to invent like a little section copy.
10.
D4 D4 sucker.
Or just change the shape of it.
The game was called Trouble.
Yeah,
That's
a
true.
little popper. I saw somebody take that out and put their dice in it, percentile dice, and there's a pop.
14
Yeah, I
and
did
18,
that.
so 2 wounds to the gut.
Oh, okay. Ooh,
So that's should be up to 5.
yep. So you take your scattergun,
Boom, boom.
boom, boom, and then it's like boom, boom, and it's just
Jeez. You're talking about
Everybody
everything.
that's like ringing in your ear.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah. And you notice
You're like, boom, 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 boom.
when the rocks come off, it's not rock; it's more like a chitinous armor, like shell.
Yeah, like a shell.
So the rock, it's just looks like rock. So when you hit it, it's kind of like cracks open, like
shooting a
does that-
turtle.
just like that cracks an eggshell, and the stuff leaks out.
Ew.
You know, like when you step on a
Yeah,
bug.
I got you.
I'm just being.
He already said like
gross.
shooting a
It's
turtle.
the
I'm like,
spaghetti
yeah.
western with meat.
Now it's
So you guys take that crawler out, and when it dies, it kind of like flips over, and you see the legs just kind of curl up
Yeah,
like a
kind of
spider.
like a spider.
It's like, yeah,
Oh, so it died?
you got it.
Yeah, you got
So there's one down.
you and you.
And I got
a
a
All right, one
7
way
of
for
clubs.
ball.
7 of clubs.
Yep.
Thanks for
Okay.
the assist.
And I'll drop the scatter gun and I'll
I'll
pull
just
out my
take a leg
regular
off.
shotgun.
Got it. Okay. 6s.
Yes.
Now, if you want to,
I'm just waiting.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can drop that and pull out your other shotgun if you want. That's like a free action.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I have to do now, right?
Yeah. So you could drop that, pull out your shotgun, and then the next card you guys can fire.
Yeah.
Mike, you got a 6.
I got a 6.
What you doing?
Okay. Well, I have the rifle ready, so I will try and shoot it. I'm breaking the norm.
I was gonna say no soul blast.
No soul blast. I'm just gonna
He
shoot
was
the damn
paying
thing.
attention to the Navajo.
And I popped.
Ooh. Wow.
22.
Damn. Okay. Go ahead and roll location.
So, and then that is with that rifle I did buy. +1 shoot, improved sights.
Oh, the one from the German.
Yeah, the German maker.
Prussian,
Supposed to
actually.
be.
Prussian, quality made, +1 shot. So, give me another +1, basically. So,
It's your shoot and roll.
Yeah.
So 23, but it's still counts.
but it's 48. It says 48 +2.
Okay, so it's because it has armor of 1. It's going to be 46 plus 2.
Right. But I had the I didn't have the ghost rocket in, so I just had normal bullets. So
Right. That's why it's
46.
dropping.
Flip flops. 17. 22 to the someplace on the body of this thing. That yes. 4.
Blew a Lego. Well,
4 and I get
how many did you 2?
I had a 22 on my location,
Okay.
so I couldn't raise it anywhere.
Oh, you rolled a 4. So that's 10, 15, 20. Put it in the guts.
I'll put it in the guts.
So that's 2 wounds to the guts.
Yep.
Okay. This is the one the Copperhead shot in the guts. You shoot it
Yeah.
as it kind of rears up and blow a chunk off, and it looks like it's staggering. It doesn't look very good at all. So, 5s? Anybody else have 6s? Okay. 5. 5 of...
Spades.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it again.
Go for it.
Give me the others. I got a 5, so I did hit.
Yep.
Same thing.
Go ahead and roll location.
Yep. I'll do that first. 16.
Upper guts.
So that will be 10, 16, 19.
Okay. You blow the last big chunk out of the chest, and it does the same thing. Curls up, falls dead. So
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom,
You didn't even need any help.
nice job. Okay, so these things just curl up right there, and it's like eerily quiet once the ringing of and the echoes of the gunfire
Gunshots are
disappear.
echoing through the canyons for sure. You know?
Forever.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you were like a
Plus the
campsite
smoke
over,
from the
Yeah.
gunpowder.
yeah, if you were like 20 feet away with your back turned to this, except for the gunfire, you wouldn't have heard a thing because these things don't make noise.
No.
So
That's
you,
what I meant the gunfire.
Yeah, the
yeah,
gunfire.
the gunfire set it off. But I mean, if they were to sneak up and
Of course,
attack
now
you,
all the coyotes along the river are like, "Hey, what's that? Well, check this out."
yeah, they're just like they need backup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
coyotes
not
are
coyotes.
like, nope, I'm out.
So yeah, you take care of them, and everybody's like, "Whoa, okay, well they weren't that bad, but you know, with some pretty good shots and shotguns and stuff like that." So,
Can you harvest anything off of these, Professor?
well, I don't really have geological tools with me, because he kind of walks up and is looking to get anything out, like the mandibles. You're gonna need a chisel, because the armor is like rock, even though it's
Surely we
chipless.
have a chisel in our equipment.
You can check,
I'll check.
find something.
Yeah, I would think going to the.
Here's a hatchet. That work?
Yeah. It could, but you do find a chisel and a hammer for geological stuff that Smith and Robards put in one of the cases just in case. It's
But look at this.
not a very big chisel, but it doesn't have to be. So if you want to, you can work at it about half an hour and get one of the mandibles out.
I'll help him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's like, I'm not interested in cryptozoology. It's enough to see him.
Well, Felix might be interested in these. So
So if you want to work at that for half an hour, you can get a mandible out.
I have the stuff to do it, the knowledges and stuff. So.
Okay.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, that I was not able to help you out on that, but I'm glad that you're able to take care of the situation without my actually having to become involved.
After all the gunfire.
I had a bad night too, and a short one.
After all the gunfire
Woken
goes
abruptly.
away, Olaf's like, "Go team!"
Maybe run a rope around him, can't drag him off once he's done, so they're out of the campfire area.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That way they don't attract anything.
Yeah.
Throw them in the river, let them float down.
Rockbound coyotes.
Yeah.
So basically, you take care of that. The rest of the watches go uneventful. Next morning, while you guys are having breakfast and getting ready, the guides actually are like, "Well, I'm gonna take a bit of a breather," and they go over to the water and start swimming. So if anybody wants to go with them, they can continue teaching you how to swim, so you can eventually put more points in it. So Copperhead's going to go over there,
Yeah, I'll work out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll go get cleaned up, but
strip
yeah.
down to his long johns and cannonball. Yeah, knocked his hat
I'm
off.
going to scout ahead a little bit, see what the next set of rapids look like.
Okay.
And
Lee
it
will
was
probably go
Dakota,
with you. Dakota Jack.
Dakota
Edmonds,
Jack and his two brothers. Daryl and
and-
his other brother Daryl. I can't
Yeah, I
remember.
get Daryl and Larry, I think.
Daryl and Larry. I couldn't remember. Okay.
So they're swimming, showing Copperhead a little bit more techniques for swimming, holding his water or holding his breath underwater, that kind of
Hold
thing.
this water under breath.
Hold his water.
Why do I have to hold this cup?
This is really uncomfortable.
I don't remember asking you to.
Why do I have the watermelons on my feet? I don't remember telling you to do that. So anybody else who wants to swim can do it. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Just keep track of it so you know you can put points in it later. Otherwise, you get 1 point, and then you have to learn later. So you and Lee go on up a little ways. Let's see. Look
I have
back
a
up.
conversation with Lee while we're walking.
Sure.
Say, those are some mighty fine skills you display, sir.
Well, thank you.
What would it take to learn something like that?
A lot of practice, a lot of time, unfortunately. If you can find a seafood to teach you, that's better.
Well, you don't. Are you not one of those yourself?
I could be. Are you interested in learning it?
Well, yeah, actually,
Well, it's
my life's taken some strange turns lately, and Well, carrying around a stick of dynamite just don't seem to cut it anymore.
He looks at all your guns.
Yeah.
He's like,
I mean, yes, I can blow the
he
hell
knows
out
when you're walking. He kind of takes 2 steps away from
Right.
you.
I said, yes, I can blow the hell out of anything, but if I got into hand in hand, I'd like to have something a little bit extra.
Well, it does take a long time.
I got all the time in the world.
Well, I'm not sure if I will. Once this is over, maybe we can talk.
Sure.
Where are you're originally from?
Memphis.
Memphis.
And I have a house, I have a, not a household, I have a ranch there. You could, more than welcome to stay at.
Well, it's back home. I have friends and family there who are also fighting this fight.
Oh, I understand.
So I don't know if I want to be away from quite that long.
Well, I could come to you.
Well, it'd be almost a year. You'd have to
As long
learn.
as something didn't come up with Felix, it'd probably be all right. I'm pretty sure he'll owe us a year after this little excursion anyway. I kind of laugh about it, you know.
Well, we'll talk about it when we get done.
Sounds
I'm
good.
not unwilling, but it's just a matter of time.
Fair enough.
And your ability, too. Sometimes it helps if you understand where the power comes from, which is a little bit more religious than anything else, spiritual.
I've got some spiritual situations I've got to deal with anyway, so I've seen enough in this world so far to know that there's more than just one thing going on. So,
Well, we can discuss it.
sounds good. Let's check out these rapids.
Yep. The next rapids you come up to are the Grapevine Rapids, and they don't look very difficult. Target number 5.
Yeah, I say
So they're kind of like the early ones.
these don't look
Not
too,
bad.
too horrible. Be fine with these.
And yeah, looking at those, it doesn't look too bad at all.
Let's head back and let the others know not to worry.
Okay. So as you guys walk back, and kind of the same thing. The rest of you guys, who all's taking swimming lessons? Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm just bathing and cleaning my clothes.
Okay.
He's baptizing people.
I was
Yeah.
cleaning up the campsite.
He keeps dunking Copperhead into the water. Repent! Hold you down!
No, it's probably Bo.
Yeah.
Got one in each
Let
hand.
me at least get breath of air.
The water's boiling around him.
We got to do this for 10 minutes, Bo.
I know, but every time I walk on the ground, I got to say, get back
10
in the
minutes.
water.
Just 10 minutes, so shut up.
You can't clean my bind.
He comes up after 10 minutes. There was this woman I knew who could do that. All right. So
She could hold her breath for 10 minutes. What's something?
Kelvin and Lee come back and tell you about the next rapids up ahead. So everybody starts gathering up. And if you want, you
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We got this.
go ahead and I'll roll for the pilots. You guys can roll. This is target number 5, like I said.
Damn it, I lost.
Wow. Okay. Boat number 1. What'd you get? 13?
At 5.
5. Okay. And Sophie was
was
with
with
you
us.
guys, and she got 7, which puts you way over the limit. You rolled a 5 on his piloting roll. Boat number 2. What'd you get?
I got my 5.
9.
9 and 5. Okay. And Haskins was with you, and he rolled a 5, and he rolled a 12 on his piloting. So you're like, sure and steady.
First thing in the morning, he's ready to go.
That's right.
How'd you do?
17.
17. And Lee did his, and he got a 7, and Copperhead got a 5. So, and he rolled a 7. So you guys are all shoot the rapids just fine.
It's almost like a shot put.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of the guides, Larry and Daryl and
Daryl.
Jack, are all,
Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
we'll make river rats out of you lot yet.
Yep.
You're doing pretty good.
Now you cursed us.
Suddenly I want to eat some fish.
Pretty soon you come up against the mouth of the Bright Angel Canyon. It was named by Powell, actually, because not far away is another Colorado river that's known as the Dirty Devil. And this place is actually really nice, and it almost looks like heaven.
Right.
So the Dirty Devil's over there, so this is Bright Angel Canyon to offset that. So this one's really pretty. I mean, and it's the lazy river, and you're just like, wow, this is
Lazy River. This is a bunch of fat people with drinks float by.
Yeah,
it's great.
it's like
There's two of them today.
the guys from Wall-E.
Yeah, I was thinking it.
Then you pass into the Granite Gorge, and this is like a long stretch, and this is the one where it's like the walls come right to the river and go up.
Yeah.
If you watch Planet of the
Got
Apes,
no
when
choice.
they're there, that's Granite Gorge. It just goes straight up, and there is no shore. But it's a nice, easy river you guys can row along. Takes a while to get through, but it's a nice, easy path. It is kind of weird. Not exactly claustrophobic, but it's just kind of weird. There's like 30 feet of water and then walls that go up for like hundreds of feet
Right.
for the longest time. So it's just kind of odd.
That would be weird.
Yeah. Then pretty soon they tell you that you're going to be going to the Crystal Rapids, which are a rating of 7. So you guys want to shoot the rapids or?
But there's
line
a
them
little
over?
beach on that, or
There is. So you can line the boats if you want.
I don't know. What do you think?
What do you think,
We're doing
Professor?
good.
We did okay with the last 7 we went through.
We're doing pretty good. I say we could do it.
All right.
I want
All
to
right.
pray for Smite.
Use smite.
We're doing.
Yeah.
This is the crystal on the 7.
Yeah. Target number 7. Okay. Boat number 1.
Yes.
Made it?
9, yes.
Made it? Okay. Sophie did not. She was somehow got crooked on a rock and her oar smacked onto a rock and she almost fell out of her hands. So she's like, oh God. So she didn't make it, but with the driver, you guys made it. The Tillman, you guys are fine. Boat number 2.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, good thing he rolled a 12. Because that's -3. So he's like, all right, row. I said row. Left. Go left.
The other.
How about right? You guys, he's like, yeah, okay.
Stop yelling at us.
Eventually he's like, lean left. You
Cobb
kinda
has a mental
move.
breakdown and just curls
Yeah.
up on the deck. I can't do it.
Boat number 3.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Copperhead didn't make it, but Lee did, and he rolled a 7, so you guys are good.
Okay.
So you guys get
A little
through those
hairier than
rapids.
normal.
Yeah, a little. Again, it's a little. Boat number 2 was shaky for a bit, but
Number 3 shaky right now.
yeah. So you guys made it. You guys head further north and west, still in the shadow of the Granite Gorge. The river makes a huge U around a plateau that Dakota Jack identifies as the Marcos Terrace. Then heads northwest again, passing the mouth of the Blacktail Canyon, moving through a fairly straight section of river called the Conquistador Isle. Lofty heights of the huge Powell Plateau, named for the explorer, dominate the northern view, and later in the day, the Forester Canyon gapes to the south. You guys travel the river a little while longer, and basically you're going to find out the next day is going to be a lot of rapids, but some of them aren't too bad. So once you get up to nightfall, you can rest here. He tells you that the next rapids are the Serpentine Rapids, rating of 7, the Waltherberg Rapids of 5, and Fossil Rapids of 5.
So hard is easy.
And then after that, it should be smooth sailing to your destination.
But you said the Serpentines were actually
The reason
not
it's
that
a
big
7, they're not as rapid, but it's just,
'Cause
it's
they-
like Snake Alley
Yeah.
up in Monmouth, where it's like, whoa. So it's a lot of rowing and steering, but that's why it's a target number of 7 to maneuver. So, you guys
Have a
can,
rest and get up
Rest
right
for the
and early
night.
and get after it.
and this one, you notice there's a shoreline, and then there's like a low hill that kind of goes up between the canyons, and it's kind of like a low rise. And you do notice they point out, like Dakota points out, here's some of those little caves nearby. You know, we're starting to see some little ones. And they're maybe 3 feet tall. And he's like, you probably crawl in there. I don't know how far they go, but it'd probably be pretty claustrophobic. But
What
there
the hell
are
lives
some.
and knows?
Huh?
What the hell lives and knows?
Who knows? They're just natural caves.
All right, I suggest we have another watch tonight, just in case.
Yeah.
The Nightman come out.
We got enough people. We might as well have 2 on watch.
No, that's fine. So you guys,
Well, might check him out a little bit with his land.
I'm gonna take the last watch this time.
you go up to one of them. You look inside, and it looks like it might go back like 6 feet. And you don't know. There could be like regular snakes or spiders. in there,
Yeah,
but it
he's
doesn't
more
look
looking to see if tracks or somebody's been camping out in here. Or
Yeah,
anything like that.
none around here. So, during first watch, you guys are really early first watch. Most of you guys are just drifting off to sleep. Who's taking first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay, you, and you. Okay, and you're just kind of sitting around the campfire, and you hear that laughter again, kind of echoing.
Mm-hmm.
But then it starts getting louder.
Does it sound like maybe it's coming from behind us where we came from, or are they still?
Sounds like it's
skipping
coming
ahead?
up over that on the other side of that low rise. And it starts getting louder. And you can actually hear
Oh, the
there's
dreams I'm having.
several different voices. And they, some of them are just doing the some are actually like cackling.
Mm-hmm.
Some are just kind of giggling. It's just weird. It's weird, all these different laughs, and they seem to be getting closer.
I get up and start waking people up.
Okay. As you guys start getting up and walking around, you do see what looks like a little bit of a lantern glow just over that rise. And coming into view, you see a lantern, and
If the fire's burning, I will put it out.
it's pretty much low, so you can kick some dirt on it and put it out. The lantern comes over, and you see a guy holding the lantern, and there's probably at least 20, 30 guys kind of behind him. They kind of spread out along that low rise as best they can. You can tell there's like another row behind them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all kind of laughing. The light's shining on you guys, and he just kind of like, and they all kind of stop here and there laughing until it's silent. And he's like, "What y'all doing in the canyon tonight?"
Be minding our own business. What about you?
I'm looking for other people's business, especially their stuff. What you got?
Well, if you come to bother us, we ain't gonna be your whipping boys.
Really? And you hear pistols, rifles start cocking.
Let's say we had plenty of time when they were walking.
Yeah.
We had ours out too.
Yeah. So they all start cocking their weapons. And he's like, "Well, I'm afraid you folks is outnumbered."
How many? We've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Like 13.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
And
So-
there's at least 20. You're thinking there's more behind
Yeah.
them. So there's like 30 guys.
But it's still not bad.
Going to make a move.
Now, gentlemen, please,
Yeah.
please,
Going to
now.
light a stick of dynamite.
I was just wishing I had one.
Okay, gentlemen, please. There's no reasoning.
You gonna do it?
No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to
Okay.
hold it behind my back.
It's good.
I'm going to wait till the talking's done. Yeah. But I'm going to use the embers out of the fire to light it.
Now, please, now, listen here. I'm sure there's probably a fee or something else other than lead.
There's a lot of laughter, and he's like, "Yeah, there's a toll.
Well, what would that be?
What you got?" I ask again, impatiently. A couple giggles.
Oh, strike blamed him. I just kind of say a prayer to God.
Okay.
Out.
Yeah.
Holy
That's why I wanted to.
moly.
Yeah, he popped.
Yeah.
Nice.
God's on our side tonight, I guess.
Oh,
18.
hold on. I do Brad's miracle.
So that actually makes, if I can read, 13 plus is 11.
You need
Difficulty for
11.
him.
Is it vigor?
Yeah, bigger.
Okay. So as you do that, they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" And just as they're about to do something,
Mm-hmm.
you see from behind them and coming down from like the rock face, a bunch of people run at them, but they look like they're 4 feet tall,
Oh crap!
and their like skin is really almost
Right,
black.
It's a convention.
And they're like, what the hell? And do you remember the movie Return of the Living Dead?
Yes.
When the 2 paramedics go up and they all just
Yeah.
mob them? That happens in front of you. And these things just run at them, start clawing at them, biting them. And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they're like, you hear gunfire going off, shotguns going off.
Time for us to leave.
In random places because they're blind. And these things are just tearing them. You see a guy get his arm ripped off. Like 2 of them grab him.
I think
And 2 of them grab his arm and just
Yeah,
pull it
just
out
the
of
main
the
guy
side.
was blind. Yeah.
Just the main
Just
guy.
the main guy? Well,
Yeah.
they're freaking out then. So I thought it was an area effect.
hard-
No, it's
Okay.
just single.
So
I wish
he's
it
like,
was.
what's going on? One of them kind of pushes him so he falls towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Get out! And these guys are they're pulling shotguns, blowing heads off. It's basically a massacre happening. Right
The laughing men are shooting the shotguns,
Yes,
right?
these other things are just ripping them to shreds. You do see some of them have something in their hand. They're like clubbing people. And you see one swing at a guy and you just see blood splatter from his face onto a rock and he just collapses and 3 more jump on him and just start ripping.
As this is going on, I'm trying to get the boats back.
Yeah,
in the river.
I'm watching.
The guides are all, you guys, whoa, and then you see the guides already in the river.
Yeah.
Get over here.
Yeah, I just run over and
I
jump in.
grab my stuff and throw it in the boat.
Start throwing
The
everything
guy
in
with
the
the
boat.
lantern got knocked into us, you said?
He rolled down the ledge towards you, so he's out of the fight.
I'm going to grab him.
Okay.
And bring him with us.
Okay. So you go grab him. He's like, what the hell's going on?
Come on if you want to live, you dumbass.
What the? So you grab him. You guys get in the boats. Roll for your life. Pretend you're shooting a level 9 rapids. So you guys get in the boats and start shoving off the water, and you're just hearing gunfire, screaming, and eventually, as you kind of get out of sight, you hear click, click, click. More screaming, more like growling, and you see guys running away. So you know some of these guys are getting away.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, what the hell is going on? So you guys get away from the river, go on quite a ways through the night, and get
that
way
guy up.
farther down the river.
Yeah, we'll deal with the guy on the boat.
Do we got like anchors or something?
Where's
Not
rope?
really. You got plenty of rope.
Let's just rope and sleep out in the middle of the river.
Yeah, you could.
I do believe we just came across our first encounter of the little nightmen.
That was the little
As
night.
well as the laughing men. Apparently
As
they
well.
go together.
Well, not well.
I do now.
Yeah.
You
Simon
got your laughing man in my little nightman.
Simon
You got
says
your
he's
little nightman and your laughing man.
Who's laughing now?
Corey, send more paramedics. Send more cops.
Very nice.
Who's laughing now?
So we interrogate that guy with the lantern.
Okay, and his sight comes back after how long?
Like 3 minutes?
I think. By my so 6 rounds.
Okay, so after a while, he's like, you realize
Whose
ties
boat?
up
Who's he? Which boat is he in? Probably with you, Cobb.
Well, it'd been with
And
him.
with me.
with you.
Me and Cobb.
But we tie off all the boats together and
Yeah, just
yeah.
kind of in the river. So basically,
We sail for a little bit. So we
well, yeah.
Yeah, we get past it and
Yeah.
then tie off the boats and, tie.
So
So you probably tied him up on the way.
so he gets his eyesight back and he kind of looks around. And he's like,
What's your name?
Chuckles Ryan, head of the Laughing Men, or what's going to be left of them.
Yeah, I
Bastards.
don't think there's going to be a whole lot left
Have
of
you ever encountered these
You'd be
things before?
surprised. Once from a distance.
Why would they attack you now?
I don't think he even saw him, did he? He was
You
blind.
heard him, but that's
He heard him.
Yeah.
He's like,
Chuckles what?
Ryan. He's like, well, they were hungry, obviously.
Well, they've been tracking you for some time, apparently.
They don't track nothing. They just come across you and attack.
Making all that noise.
Exactly.
Now, wouldn't you know who this guy is?
Mm-hmm.
You know, bounty hunter?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Well, as I said earlier, one we'll just pay some sort of toll going off there, and I think you paid it in pounds of flesh. So if you don't mind, we'll just kind of say we're even right now for that.
You know, I'm good with that. And he kind of,
Well, unfortunately, we don't give free rides on these boats.
well, if you're going to throw me overboard, I just ask that you untie me first. That's all I ask. I'll even turn over my guns if you want.
I think I'd be about a death sentence in this situation with you. No guns in this out here.
Well, I know my way around. I can get out of here.
Sure you do.
And trust me, I ain't going back for my boys.
I'll
I
tell
got
you what.
lots more boys.
That's fine. You just let us continue on with our journey, and we'll call it even then, yeah?
And he kind of looks at Copperhead, and he's like, I heard of you. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, Frank Copperhead Daggett. He's like, he just gives that, shut the fuck up. He's like, you ready to join up yet? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, sure you do. You're only about 2 more murders from being wanted everywhere. You got to come down here. Pretty nice, except for those critters. But we can avoid them usually pretty easily. I guess we just got a little cocky tonight. He's like, well, I think other environs might be good. But I don't know who you're talking about. He's like, looks around at everybody. Oh, they don't know. Sorry.
No, we don't.
And he kind of laughs.
Actually, I go, I know the fella you're talking about. He goes, he died in Memphis. It was in,
Oh, yeah. Heard about that. I saw that body.
did you see the newspaper clipping too?
I did.
You saw the body?
Yeah. When they took it, dropped it off he was found on the banks. Me and one of my fellows was in that area. Just kind of looking around for stuff. Yeah. Didn't you drop the body across the border? So
Yes.
me and a buddy was up in disguise up there looking for some stuff and heard about old Copperhead Daggett being killed. They had the body on display. So
That makes sense.
saw him and I looked at him and that ain't Daggett. I met you once before, about 7 years ago.
Your convention.
He's like, New Orleans. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, mister. He's like, oh, sure you do. Sure you do. I'm really sorry about what happened down there. To be honest, I'm glad you did what you did. I'm surprised you didn't.
I stand up on the boat. May God strike you blind, and I hit him again.
Yeah.
Am I close enough to him to actually touch him?
Yeah.
He's in.
He's in the boat.
Oh,
He's
well, we're tied up.
Well, you're all
The
tied
third
right
boat.
next to each other. So you can just reach across.
I'm going to strike blind him, so let's do that first.
Okay.
Retribution is orderless.
About to get
Yeah, maybe not 7. So that's a difficulty. God, I can't read the glasses. 5.
Okay. He made it.
Okay, he made it.
So you tried to strike blind, and he just
Yeah.
kind of like, what?
then what?
And then I was going to try and push him right off the boat while he's still tied up.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll.
So strength,
Yeah. Well, actually, make a nimbleness check first.
nimbleness check.
To make sure
Okay.
you don't overreach and go over too.
You can stand up in the
That
boat
sucks.
and
Yeah.
I'm casting Phantom Fingers.
Okay.
So,
Okay, well that's good. 14.
Okay, so you make it. So strength. Okay. Well, let's see. Can kind of oppose with his strength. Okay. So you push him, and he kind of like moves to resist, like leans forward. You just like, and it's almost that tug of war, and he's starting to lose. And he looks like he could go over. He rolled an 11 too.
Okay.
So he leaned into it and knows you're pushing him. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. But it looks like you could just, if you made another strength check and won, he'd go right in.
Unless someone stops me, I'm
I actually stand up and say, Cobb, what are you doing?
sending him to God, be judged. Had enough of his mouth.
Now that's a perfectly good bounty I could come back and get taken care of.
Well, do you need him alive or dead?
Well,
I hear that's a thing.
If he gets turned into fish food, I won't find him either way.
It's going to be a long way before you able to collect
Yeah.
that bounty.
It'd be too
But
long
I know
for
where
that.
he's at.
I kind of grab him by the throat and bring him back up.
Okay.
There you go. You gonna stop your mouth from flapping?
Sure.
'Cause I've had enough of talking to you.
And you notice he kind of giggles nervously. He's like, sure, sorry.
Actually, as soon as I hear that giggle, if I get, I'm not
Well,
sure, but
when you see his face,
yeah.
he's got that condition.
Oh, yeah.
So he
yeah.
actually looks kind of fearful, but he kind of,
Well, I pull out my pistol and I cock it and put it under his throat, and I was like, I'd go see a doctor about that if I were you.
you feel your hand on your pistol hand, kind of lower it, and it's Copperhead. He's like, he ain't worth it, Cobb. Don't worry. And Cobb looks at you, or Copperhead looks at you, and he's like, boys, knock it off. You're acting like I do. You're a man of God. You ain't like that. If anybody's going to intimidate this man, it's going to be me. And he's going to shit his pants and pass out.
Actually, he does remember the one time when we went to the
Yeah.
the
Where the bar that.
the bar. Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah. He's like,
All right. I release. But,
and he glares at Chuckles, and he is going to overawe him. Let's see. Okay, 18. He just glares at Chuckle, and he's like, shut up. You...
Chuckles see him?
Yeah, Chuckles looking at him. He's like, looks around. It's just us on these boats. Half you know the real story. He looks over at Sophie and Haskins, and he's like, you want me out of the expedition, you can leave me here. But what that man said is true. You don't want my company, I don't need it. But I'm here, I'm willing to help. I'm sick of hiding. And I've been traveling with you all for a while. So certain people are going to find out. You know. I'm Frank Copperhead Daggett. Wanted all over the north, some places in the south. I only got 2 places left to go after this. Mexico and this place. Now, you don't like it, tell me to leave. But if you want to keep me here, I'm not like that anymore. I'm not going to kill anybody unless you deserve it. And so far as I can tell, none of you deserve it. And he looks at you and he's like, you want to turn me in for a bounty? You can try. I'm not going to go quietly.
Well, now, Frank, we've had this discussion in a way or two before.
I never quite know the answer.
Actually,
Well,
After me or not.
I stand up and I says, I'm Beauregard T. Johnson. And this
He
man-
also has a problem, and he admits it.
I admit it, but this man is my friend. If not a brother, as many in this thing, and if he goes, I go, and I will vouch for him with my very life.
And Frank, you've more than earned our trust and proven your loyalty to us. These, how many years has it been we've been riding together?
Quite a while. And you see Sophie just kind of look at him, and she's like, I'll be damned. Wow.
Oh,
The legends are true.
Yeah, basically, she's like,
never mind.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all right.
like, wow. Well, you are welcome here, sir. And I know a little bit about your past. Doesn't concern me. All that concerns me is the present and our future. And if you're willing to help us, I'm grateful to have you.
Well, that'd probably be a good thing, because most of us would probably leave with them.
Haskins is like, I see that. And whoever sent you, I believe it was Felix Coromont. Did you tell him that Felix
Yes.
sent you?
Yes, we told him Felix.
He's like, I'm gonna privately, looking at Frank, privately tell Felix that he's probably sent me the best damn posse I've ever had on an expedition. And I thank every one of you, including you, Mr. Daggett. He's like, Frank, I hate Mr. He's like, all right, Frank. So now that that's settled,
Yes, now that's it settled. Kelvin, would you like to untie this man? That man? He's over there by you mostly.
What man? The one that we got tied up?
What
Yeah.
man? He's like,
Actually, I go,
Okay. I'll actually
Frank, can you give me his 6-shooter?
He's in your boat.
He's got a 6-shooter, that Ryan guy.
yeah,
You go, Frank, will you hand me his 6-shooter?
sure.
I take it, drop out 5 of the bullets, leave 1. I hand it back.
Oh.
And I drop it.
He can't move his arms right now. He's tied up.
Well,
No, I'm giving 1 bullet with the pistol. The rest are going into the river.
Copperhead
So
hands
he's
you
giving
gun.
him back his one shot.
And when you do that, he kind of looks it, shows it to Ryan, spins it, clasps the little lock, and he's like, "Good luck, Chuckles.
Good luck.
I hope you go out with a smile."
Of course, he's like, I got my gun belt on. I got like,
Yeah.
Kelvin
like-
stands up. He walks over, starts walking over to him.
Well, yeah, okay, he's in your boat.
Oh, and before you go, when he says that, "I hope you die with a smile," he's like, "Look, no hard feelings. I'm not gonna lie. If things get worse, I slip, I may have to come here." He's like, "You got loyalty, you got guts, you got friends. If you lose them, you need a friend. I'm here." He's like, "Well, I wouldn't go
This is
that
where
far.
Randy Newman comes in. Friend! Always.
Woody, can I be Woody and you be Buzz, or am I Buzz and you Woody?" So he's like, "You ever need a place, you got it here. But personally, I hope I don't see you." He's like, "Well, that makes 2 of us. You gonna let him go?"
Kelvin stands up, starts walking towards him. He picks up a roll of rope, walks over to Lily, says, "What kind of money is this going to bring in if we bring him in?"
Well, I understand the more of his gang that you bring in, it's like, of course, more money. If I can come back and get some more of them, that'd be great. But
He's
he's at
leader,
least
right?
he's at least $200.
I don't
He's
think
leader,
there's
right?
going to be a whole lot left of his gang.
Maybe pieces count.
Depends on how hungry they were.
Well, at least I know he's here.
Well, as he said, it was one of his first, one of his gangs.
Kelvin walks over, grabs the ropes that he's tied in, lifts him up, and jumps in the river.
Jumps in the river with him.
Yes.
With him tied.
Mhm.
Copperhead's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
He's underwater.
Went into the river. All one action.
That's not what I had in mind, quite.
He's like, "What the hell was that about?"
Well, I'm watching and waiting to see if he comes back up.
Yeah, everybody kind of waits to see.
Okay. What happens underwater is he ties him to the bottom of the boat and then comes back up.
He's like, "Where's Chuckles?"
He's underwater.
"Yeah, how long?"
Well, until we're done, I guess.
"You son of a bitch." He jumps in the water. And he pulls out his knife and jumps in the water. And after a few minutes, you see him and Chuckles come up about 2 feet from the boat. He's like, "You don't do that."
He's a bounty.
"So am I."
You're different.
"Yeah. Well, I'm not into that anymore."
Well, we don't
Torturing a
have
man.
time for bounties.
He's like, "Look, Chuckles, can you swim?" He's like, "Yeah, I can swim." "Get your ass to shore and get to running. You got 1 bullet. Use it if you have to. Get out of here." "I'm a bounty too. I don't
You're
want that.
trying to collect the bounty? Is that it?
You're going to drown the man."
And drag him behind us?
Not a big fan of torture. I did that lots of times. It's not fun.
I'm just watching him.
You want to
swim
curse
away.
your own soul? I
pointing
thought
my
you were
fist-
following
pistol at him.
Cobb. You want to curse yourself? Keep going down that path. I'm already down that path, and I'm not dragging anybody with me, and I don't want to see anybody follow me. And he basically sits down and basically sulks. He just sits there, lights a cigarette, and he doesn't look at anybody. He's just very upset and like withdrawn, like stone-faced. You can tell there's a burning ember in his eyes, and he's like at war with himself, it looks like. But he's not talking to anybody.
Well, either way, that could go bad either way. But I don't think we could hold on to that body for as many days or weeks it's going to take before we get back into civilization anyway. So,
I'm just keeping my pistol pointed at him, till he gets to shore if I can see him.
Yeah, you can see him with the moonlight and stuff. He does get to shore, and then you see him get out and just start running kind of the way you were going, kind of up there, and you see him get up on one of the rock ledges and just scurry right up the top. He's got a climbing of like 5d10 from living in the Grand Canyon.
Oh.
So he's like a rock climber, so he just kind of like hand holds his way up, and it's like, damn. It's not supernatural looking.
Yes,
It's
zombie,
not,
kill
it's
all.
not him, but yeah, basically scurries out of sight.
Okay.
Well, I'll probably ask you later, just off the side. I said, what was that about, Kelvin? You wanted just to drown him and kill him, or what?
Well, he just needed to be out of this world, from what I can understand.
I see. All right.
He's got stuff on our friend. Even Cobb himself attacked him.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, I apologize for that.
So,
I've got no excuse for myself, but
In defense of friends. It's understood.
No,
Well,
I'm
no,
just
there's
curious. It's
just-
something you knew we didn't. So
just don't see there's a whole lot of redeeming in that man, and he just punched the wrong numbers. And I do apologize to you, Copperhead.
He kind of looks.
You are nothing like him.
I agree with what Cobb says. You ain't nothing like him.
I was for a lot of years.
I think
Well,
that's
then, and
That was it.
not
This is
now.
well,
Yeah.
I think that's what the good man is saying. Even a man like himself, even Laughing Man, might have the ability, gentlemen and ladies, to redeem themselves one way or the other. And if we do not allow that, we are just denying that the path that this man is passing down. So
He's loyal to his men.
And that's all.
I was never loyal to anybody.
Exactly.
Right. So to punish him for that,
Well, it just means he may not ever turn a cheek. I mean, you
you
hope he will.
you never know.
Well, we don't know if he was very loyal to his men anyway.
In a hopeless situation like that, from what I've heard, he's very loyal. But
He
he's
said
smart.
he had more of them in reserve, basically.
There's a bunch of people down here, from what I understand.
So is this where they all go then? When they go bad completely?
You got nowhere else to run. If you come to the Grand Canyon, rumor is that the Laughing Men will take you in. They're all on the run from a lot of stuff. I managed to turn myself around. These men haven't. But if I hadn't, I'd probably be one of them.
That'd be the weirdest thing ever.
Well, I wasn't too far. And to see you men treat him like that, you would have treated me. You would have treated me like that 5 years ago. I guarantee it.
reached in my flask and thought, let's unwind a bit and have a drink.
Yeah.
I passed one over to Copperhead.
He
I,
takes it
for
pretty
one, will be glad to get back to Memphis.
I'm good.
How close to dawn is it?
It's
you
not
got
very.
about.
We were still on our first watch.
Yeah, it's
Well,
it's like 7
first
o'clock
watch?
at night.
Oh, I'm definitely.
Or do we want to make
There's like
landfall
fish.
there,
There's fish up there to go. What the hell are they talking?
or do we want to stay out
You
here? on
guys
the
be
river?
quiet. We're having school down here.
I asked the professor if we want to stay on the river tonight or just.
I say we sleep right here.
Yeah, right.
I hate the river,
Right here in the middle of the river.
but it feels safe right now.
Yeah, there ain't nothing
He's
gonna
like-
come creeping up on us
Those night men.
unless it's a
Actually,
grenade.
if we all want to divide into watches, we could
Yeah.
row
Who
a
was
little.
the second watch?
We could row a little bit while everybody's on watch.
That sounds like a good idea.
That way we can make a little more progress and not
Just
wait.
get
take
some
her.
distance.
I'll take first watch.
We were first watch.
We were at the end of first watch, I think, weren't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll take second watch then.
Okay.
For all of our sakes, I am going to have to bow out for any activity for the remainder of the evening, trying to salvage some sleep.
So we're gonna pass through the rest of the night on the water.
Yeah, essentially. And if you're going to take second watch, Copperhead will take second watch. He doesn't speak hardly at all, unless
Don't
you,
either.
if you ask him something, he might say a word or two, but he's pretty much on his own.
A couple of brooding silent times
Yeah.
this evening.
He's having a couple cigarettes and a couple drinks of his own flask, but that's it. The night goes uneventful, just so you know, whoever's on what watch.
Doctor, might I be able to encroach upon your medicinalness.
Medicinal.
Yes. So
Would you whack me with your didgeridoo?
The soothing music on the river will make us feel happy.
yeah,
Echoing off
Okay,
the
so
cliff
with-
wall.
with
That
him,
might be
that's-
very nice.
+4 with him.
So 14.
All of a sudden, even the guys on second watch pass out. And we're like, eh.
Everybody's, even as we're rowing, we're like over the rapids.
Pretty music.
Dennis, that night you notice your dream is changed again.
Did he succeed or fail? I didn't hear.
He's
I
14,
succeeded.
so he succeeded. This time your dream is kind of on a river,
Imagine.
on some sort of raft, and it's just you. But on the banks, at first you think it's soldiers, but they look more like zombified and shorter. But they're in military uniforms with like rifles and stuff, kind of these undead things in uniform
Undead.
that are trying to get to you, but they won't go into the water. And then as they're trying to attack, you feel like it's that last stand again, but at the last minute, you see 2 figures come up out from the water. And they've got their back to you. And they look familiar, but you can't place it. Like you should know these 2. But they come up from the water and they have their guns drawn. And they start shooting at these soldiers, dropping them quite a bit. And when most of the soldiers are done, the rest kind of break. And then these 2 kind of look. You can't really make out their profiles, but they look at each other, point guns at each other. And then you see like that glow in the sky of like that rainbow serpent. And as you look up, it's kind of flying overhead. And it's kind of putting this light, but their hat brims kind of cover their faces in shadow. And as it flies over, you notice they both kind of holster their guns. One goes back underwater, and the other one kind of gets lifted out of the water, encased in that rainbow kind of glow, and kind of goes up and follows in the like comet tail, if you will.
Like the
of this
weirdest
rainbow
Care
serpent.
Bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Of the rainbow serpent. And it kind of moves off. The next morning you wake up really well rested. Everybody kind of wakes up. You notice Copperhead's up kind of before everybody. He slept for a few hours, then just kind of woke up. And again, he's pretty silent, but as you guys kind of, you're already on the river.
Bo will try and talk to him.
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Well, how would you break the conversation open?
Probably with a joke or something. I mean,
You should have seen the melons on this woman I dreamed about last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you started with a joke, he just kind of like smirks, chuckles a little dryly, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just kind of seeing how he's doing and stuff. I mean, I don't know if you want to role play it or if you want to.
we don't have to play. He's just kind of sullen and
Just letting him know, kind of that, Bo's here, you know, you need something kind of thing.
he kind of like,
Friend.
I know, but
But we get back to Memphis, we'll definitely find them melons for you. So.
he's like, I appreciate it, Bo. Thanks.
Okay.
I'll be fine. Just
Now,
a lot of bad memories.
now, I understand that. Now, look, Kelvin put 1 rope. Now, during the night, I put 3 more down there. So we got about $800 sitting there floating back there now. I got some ropes there, pulled them in. I'm just kidding. There's only 2 bits apiece.
So you guys are going to go down the river, and it is 9:14. We will stop there.
Okay.
All right.
Need to hit some more rapids.
Thanks for watching.
That's it for us tonight, folks.